Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Map number 1. It's Nuke, Homyno's pick in this best of 3 versus Akimbo. The semi-final stage is set. If you did miss out on last night's game, Akimbo versus Undefined, Akimbo just narrowly squeaking the victory out over them in that third map. Expect another banger tonight. N2O starting off strong with the 2K. Cameron there to follow up. But that Molotov gonna hold them back for now. Allow this bomb plant to go down. Smoke in towards Mini. Just 2 players remain to defend this plant and no utility left. Cameron gonna fall to his death. Shots are whiffing, but Obi just making sure his USP working there at the end. I don't blame him. Recover the kit. Easy defuse for Akimbo. They're going to take that pistol rounds. Pretty smooth. N2O. Those 2 initial kills off the entry out squeak. Very clean. Definitely put them in a good spot for that retake. And Taggy going for his signature auto shotty on round number 2. He does love this weapon on Nuke. I remember it like it was yesterday. Last time he was filling in for Akimbo and they played Nuke. But not gonna work out for him that time. Maybe a little caster curse. Obi getting maybe a little ahead of himself there outside as well with that smoke for the cross. Had to have known it was a possibility. And N2O dropping as well, which means just Laxi and Cameron remain. Already Akimbo in a pretty tough position on their second round bye. And I tell you what, those AC pipes do look clean. But I don't think Joel's is going to get much action up here on the roof. Unless Akimbo able to find a couple of picks. Might even be looking at a save. And we're looking at a reconnect because Face It, you know, doing Face It things. Alright, we're back. Apologies again. It's kind of out of my hands, unfortunately. Face It does make getting into the spectator very difficult sometimes. But a big round for Akimbo to bounce back on. Obviously, we missed the majority of it. That second round, I did see just the tail end of it right as we were reconnecting. Laxi saved his M4 over, and then bomb plant did go down, and Homyno was able to secure it. But saving that M4, obviously, having some real implications in the third round because Akimbo able to recover quite nicely. Hopefully now we are all good. We prage that Face It holds. Because we do not want to miss out on any of this action. Early nades out again. Cameron dancing. Surely they heard him in the flames. He's actually going to take the fight. I'm shocked he was able to get away with 1 there. Not a bad result, all things considered. Joel's probably going to look to recover this AK. N2O going to slide down ladder here. Laxi posted up on ramp. That smoke going to delay the push a little bit longer. Taggy tucked in Africa. No Molotovs left to push him out of this position. So if it goes unchecked, he could be the difference maker in this round. Joel's just now making his way out to yard. But N2O spotting from secret. And they did find each other. N2O aware now. Taggy springs to life. Only gets 1, but a nice dink on Amelio. And N2O feeling his hand is being forced. Somehow slips the gun. Joel's almost a disaster for him. We get the feet cam again from the auto director. And a pretty tough fight now for Akimbo, remaining player. Just Laxi now from heaven. Picks a nice timing to go. Gonna drop down. Unfortunately, does break his ankles a little bit. He needs to try and find this first one very quickly. Knows the swing's coming in. Just, oh, runs out of bullets. Only needed one more to finish Joel's off there. Valiant attempt from Laxi. But it's not gonna be quite enough at the end of the day. So 2-2. Money. Yeah, not in the greatest spot for Akimbo. They are gonna, looks like, gonna go for a force. Possibly Obi with the MP9. Cameron gonna buy an M4, an N2O on his patented SSG08. Or as most people know, the Scout. I tell you what, when Valorant first came out and I was playing it a little bit, I refused to call the Marshal the Marshal. I would only call it the Scout. And now that I'm back playing and casting Counter-Strike full-time pretty much, or not full-time, but it's like my main tac shooter now. Just makes sense. I don't know how you can call it anything else but the Scout. Wick, 100% win rate when you're in the stream. Then you better stay in here, buddy. Glue your butt to the chair. Buckle in. Laxi tries to find the spray transfer on to Taggy, but Taggy better shots with the MP9. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find anything else. And now Melio out onto the site with the MAC-10. Tensky there to back him up. Bomb plant will go down. Cameron now 1v4, just the 5-7. Maybe gonna look to recover a gun here. Cameron does scoop up the Scout. And he hears all the footsteps inside. He might get a fight. Not sure if they're gonna expect him so close. He gets the first one. You gotta be careful. This 5-7 can be deadly up close, but gonna double swing, making it pretty much impossible for him to win that. Maybe they lose. Yeah, actually, Melio does go down to the bomb explosion. I think he was only at like 29 HP. So some decent economy damage that round. Unfortunately, Akimbo, because they were on the double save, now having to take a full save. Wick, you're making me blush, man. You're too kind. I love to cast Akimbo games. It's always a banger time. A little bit slower outside this time for Homyno. But they're on the full buy, 5 AKs, full utility across the board, so they can afford to take their time. So they're not too concerned. Just need to take their time and clear out these positions from Akimbo. 3 players stacked towards ramp at the moment. They're going to clear Cameron. He's trying to hide in that corner close in garage. N2O pushing the issue here with Obi at his back. Joel's not interested in taking the fight. He wants to retreat because he knows the danger of 2 players there. Even with just the pistols, Obi going to take him down. But a good grasp on the A site. Smoke going to come in to facilitate the cross. And bomb should be going down shortly here. Obi was able to recover that rifle, but he's probably just going to look to save it. I don't know if they're going to allow him. Seems like the obvious place to save back in T-spawn. I don't think Taggy... Actually, Taggy might be able to join him here. And you know what? It looks like Homyno not interested at all in chasing down this gun. They're going to concede it over to Akimbo.
Terrorists win.
And bro, I might be tripping, but I swear Binox's profile picture is like a Wizard 101 character. Can anyone confirm? Any Wizard 101 gamers in chat? I swear I'm not going crazy. I might be going crazy. Not Wizard 101? Okay, thank you, Wick. It does look like it a little bit, though, doesn't it? Or am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Either way, Akimbo back on the gun rounds. Still 2 MP9s, though, for Taggy and Cameron. Both of them actually finding decent impact so far in this game with those weapons. Cameron liking to play this close position on Squeak. Makes the MP9 quite lethal. But pretty quiet first half of this rounds. Some utility thrown. Laxi already anchoring down on this lower site. The vent hasn't even been broken yet. Smoke to be redeployed at Squeak. Joel surprisingly only taking about 15 damage. Molotov coming in onto site. And a boost up top. So reposition, a shift from the Akimbo defense on the A site as Tensky and Gabe, or Gabby. I'm assuming it's Gabby. Start to make their way across yard. Completely uncontested at the moment. Nade set coming in onto top hut. Forcing Taggy's hands. But Obi and Cameron and N2O still 3 players strong on this upper site. It's all gone wrong here for Homyno. Just Binox remaining, has found the first and the second. So hold on, he's not out of it just yet, but time is ticking down. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. He does not have time for this plant. Just going to try and make it away with his life. Cameron thinking about dropping down, but he's just going to pick up the rifle. Save it instead. He knows jumping down ladder. Falling to his death. If he had decided to do that. So big round picked up there from Akimbo. They needed that one. Taggy back on the MP9, but everyone else should be on rifles and full utility. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Akimbo, but I believe this is the semifinal match. At least that's what it looked like on the Face It bracket. I'm not sure if there's like a second page, but I'm fairly certain this is semifinals. Fairly certain. Obi gonna block that molly a little bit with his face. Takes a tiny bit of damage. Not sure if that sound cue gives any information. But already 3 players from Homyno, actually 4. Sneaking their way down secret. There's a reason they call it secret. Obi currently actually not going for the jump spot. He's just going to take the fight on stairs. Lands a beautiful headshot and going to fall away now. That smoke. Door's going to be blown open. Melio trying to force the issue through, and Tensky just barely able to find that headshot. Down on 14 HP. The B site now open for business. Melio going to drop the Molotov. And a follow-up molly from Tensky. Still have to worry about this right door. But being smoked off, N2O. Good find on a Binox. Now 2v4. Kimbo, good opportunity for the retake. Tensky going to try and tuck in the smoke. Are they expecting it? Melly playing the off angle on the close ramp position. N2O, you can see he's looking for it. Taggy finds them both. It's only a matter of time. Low HP, out in the open. Kimbo encroaching on all sides. And they're going to tie it up now 4-4. Yeah, Taggy, definitely the player to watch tonight. Obviously stepping in for Zai, who's unable to make it. So we need to see some big plays out of this man. We've seen him before. Gonna have a bit of a tea timeout now that their money. Kimbo having broken it. Means they're probably going to be looking at Tech 9s. Tensky with the AK in hands at the moment might choose to sell that. Yeah, it is going to be just the Galil from him to allow them to get a buy off next round. He's got a molly. Loss bonus should only be at 2. Yeah. 1450's cutting it a little bit close, I think. Of course, under the assumption that they lose the rounds. But anything's possible even on these low buy rounds. 3 smokes bought and 3 used. Presumably for that outside cross. Maybe it's just a bit of a fake though. N2O not buying it. Playing left side of red. That's a lot of very important information for his team right now. They know no one is outside. So the rest of Akimbo not wavering. Laxi, he's going to have quite a few players in front of him in a second. If they go loud, he's going to fall back. Gets dinked through the corner, but he's able to escape with his life and is able to tuck. Gets one before finally going down. Gabby going to trade that very quick. Pick up the M4. Cameron was not quite here in time, but he's just in time to find that first and a second. Beautiful shots through the glass. Taggy in a good position to find this kill as well against the Tech 9. Just Binox remaining. Currently positioned right above Taggy. He doesn't know just yet, but confidently he's going to take that swing. 2 kills for him again. And it's really just comes down to the consistency. The consistency is so important in a series like this. It's not always about the flashy plays. It's not always about the 1v3s, the 1v4s. It's about the consistency. Picking up these frags, round in and round out. And closing out the close rounds that could go either way is what wins you games at Counter-Strike. This time, early utility out, Yard. N2O, big damage with that nade. Incendiary slowing down the push as well. He's in trouble now. Obi here to back him up, though, and bomb actually dropped. Obi choosing to dump the rest of that mag through the smoke in hopes to stall that push. But trades are successful here for Homyno. So we're 3v3. Minute 10 still on the clock. Looks like Homyno grouping outside just outside of hut. It might just be a walkout onto the A side. I don't think they have the utility. Maybe Binox looking to go up the ladder. Actually not sure what he's doing. Okay, this is I believe that is a smoke. Yeah. It's a vent smoke. Molotov whiffs on the top of hut. So it is just going to be the walkout. Tensky, he lazy clears it. Cameron going to punish. Joel's with the quick trade, but Taggy still alive and well up top, and that's such a strong position. Very difficult to fight as a T coming out of hut there. And Taggy going to shut it down once again. 2K to finish out the round. Strong start from him. So forced onto the Tech 9s again. Homyno maybe looking for a vent dive. Nade signaling that. N2O going for a blind shot through the smoke. Nade going to give him a little bit of a vision shortly. But they actually hold off on the play. Utility in, flashes out. Cameron bides his time. Initial shots are a little sloppy, and 3 kills swiftly for Homyno. Obi and Laxi now trying to fight back. But it's tough. M4's much superior weaponry here for Akimbo, but the numbers not in their favor. Obi expecting a player squeak, not going to check that close corner on vent. And so the low buy pays off for Homyno. Akimbo now in a bit of a tough spot this last round of their CT side. They are going to have enough for at least 3 rifles. We've been seeing Cameron on MP9 a lot of this first half anyways. But he is on the 5.7 this time, favoring the utility over the SMG. And again, early utility out to apply pressure on this A site. And 2-0 finds his way through a smoke and into a kill. Joel's returning fire through the smoke on Laxi, finds one of his own. And now Akimbo's scrambling to make it down to this lower site. But this might pay off for them. That Molotov going to cause some issues. Obi playing. Oh, and they're not going to expect him here. Yeah, he doesn't. Joel's doesn't clear it. Doors open. Able to tuck. Obi, unfortunately, stuck in his position. N2O unable to back him up. And that Molotov. Hold on. They're running into their own molly. It ends up working out for them. And that op peek from Binox. Taggy. Not quick enough on the reaction. So Cameron, 1v2, 5.7 in hand. He recovers the AK, but not expecting Tensky to just be planted right on the bomb. And so he will fall. 6-6 at half. Let's take a quick halftime scoreboard check. Pretty even across the board for both these two teams. No crazy outliers just yet. And what, I mean, that's probably what you'd expect from a 6-6 half. These teams looking pretty evenly matched on Nuke. Keep in mind, though, this is Homyno's map pick. I'd say Nuke, pretty balanced map. Don't really think CT or T side is very favored. Not anymore. 4 pairs of dualies is a little crazy. Homyno expecting to maybe have the superior firepower on this A site, but immediately Akimbo clear it out, bomb down. Just Joel's and Milio on the retake. And not a kit in sight as far as I'm aware, which means they've got to start moving here. Need to find these 4 kills and the defuse. Joel's already looking, okay, it's going to be a reposition from him. He's going to go up the ladder, but he's got to go fast. Like I said, no time to be walking quiet, so they have all the intel. And no, they're just going to save the dualies. Maybe some, I think maybe some Kevlar on Milio that he wants to save. But they're not even going to be able to do that. N2O, massive 3K for him in the pistol. And that was a little puzzling for me. I was surprised to see the 4 pairs of dualies, especially when some of them don't even have Kevlar to back them up. Seems a bit puzzling to me. Maybe like 3 pairs of dualies, 3 sets of Kevlar, and then like 2 USPs with utility. I don't know. I just said 6 players. Ignore that. You know what I meant. 2 players with USPs and utility. Or something of the sort. But of course on this upper site, the close range weaponry having some uses. Binox now on the scout on the long angle can be a very dangerous weapon. N2O not interested in playing games. He's no stranger to that scout. Tensky picking up his fallen comrade's weapons, finding the head of Taggy. Now means Akimbo. Even N2O. How's he found 2 there? And Laxi just walking out on the A side. Easy cleanup kill for him on Demelio. N2O had 4K in that round, and it might have just been an anti-eco. But those were the ones you have to nail down. Was a force from Homyno, which means their money now broken. Yeah, you know, sometimes there's just 6 players on a team. Can't even do mass. It's also not possible to have 3 players with Kevlar and 3 sets of dualies, unless you have 1 player drop 2 dualies, in which case they're gonna have a single flashbang. So, just don't listen to me, okay? There's a reason I'm not the IGL, alright? You got to be able to do quick maths as the IGL. Akimbo taking their time in this round, understanding that they have the firepower superiority here. And Cameron leading the charge down ramp. 4 members stacked. Looks like right outside of doors. I've actually never seen this before. It's an interesting play. Tucked down on the stairs. Joel's to take first contact. And Gabe, not sure what to do there. He peeks up and he sees the player. But his team not quite ready to peek with him. Cameron just mowing him down with the MAC-10. That's quite a lot of cash he's going to be farming for himself. Glock whipped out for Cameron to find that 4th. Not quite able to get it done with the MAC-10. So pulling ahead by 3, Akimbo. If they're able to upset their opponent on their own map pick, and we go to Mirage, we might be looking at a 2-0 tonight. I know you guys are getting tired of me saying that, but if you were here for either of the previous 2 games where Akimbo played Mirage, you would know they don't mess around on that map. Binox. Op all the way down at ramp, maybe looking for a reposition now after that initial pick. Cameron looking to line up this util outside. He knows the possibility of the rotation. And this is a big round indeed. Akimbo pushing for double digits. And Homyno looking for a foothold back into their CT side. Outside smoke's thrown, I believe, but it's not going to be an outside play. Akimbo now making their way back over towards ramp, and I like this a lot. They know it's a high likelihood of the op rotating off that angle, which means just a sole defender here over on ramp. Tensky taking the fight to them, though. Laxi had made his way across Secret, and now going to backstab, but Joel's 2-man spray down, and it's all gone wrong for Akimbo. Just Laxi in the 1v4. It would have to be an ace clutch for him. He makes a footstep, unfortunately. I think Melio got wind of that just before the peak, allowed him to have a better idea. That might have ended up working out for Laxi otherwise. So an important round for Homyno to stabilize here. Akimbo's still on the bye. Even having an AWP on N2O in this round, Cameron going to be on the Galil. And I like the idea a lot from Akimbo. They had Laxi in a strong position, able to find that backstab onto the ramp defender. But just didn't quite come all together. Timing's a little off from the entire team. N2O taking space. Not holding onto the garage, and he might just go down for free. Does get a shot off, but not in time. Laxi snuck his way into Mini, and he knows Joel's is playing here. I think that bullet just catching Joel's through the corner of the wall, so he's not going to go down immediately. Obi peeks into the op, finds the kill. Hold on. 3v3. Still playable for Akimbo. Taggy rerouting outside, and it looks like he wants to slip his way into Mini again. Melio and Tensky meeting up. Akimbo gonna be looking pretty confused about this site being completely open. Tensky just runs out heaven. Catches Taggy a little bit unaware, but it's traded swiftly by Obi, so 2v2 in the post plant. Still a smoke to work with. That nade could be beautiful. It is gonna find Joel's. Cameron posted in towards HUD. He knows where this remaining player could be. Flash out. Obi tucks. 1v1. Smoke to go down on the bomb. And Obi's going to get ahead of it. Good heads-up play from Obi. Huge 3K again from him. And this is what I'm talking about when I say consistency. I mean, just look at everyone on Akimbo. Showing up big when it matters. Might not always be Again, doesn't need to be flashy rounds. You don't need 1v3s or 1vx's at all for that matter. If you can just consistently pick up your kills, get the frags that matter from your position. You can pick up 1 every round, pick up 2 every other round. We've seen every single player on this team fragging so far. And now Homyno a little stumped. Gonna call attack timeout. That's their third. So none remaining. And as Akimbo near that 13 mark, Homyno needs to start getting serious. Obviously they are, but they need to get more serious. Just a light investment from them this round. P250s, 5.7 CZ, and an MP9. The collapse onto lobby is always dangerous, and Melio with 2 so far in this round. Gabby not able to get Obi. Still alive on 8 HP. And it almost got scary for Akimbo. Obi just showing some disrespect, tapping away with his final couple of bullets in the rounds. Goes the way of Akimbo. 11 now for them. Might just be the final buy for Homyno. They need to make it count. It's do or die. It's a win in this round or you're staring down 12. Match point with low economy and your map pick on the line. Laxi N2O. Dancing around these smokes. Cameron gonna tuck in vents. He's gonna go down. Close range op. Last place you'd expect that weapon. Oh, and then nade and spam is beautiful for Taggy. The timing is perfect. Obi explodes through the smoke. Joel's at least trades one back. Oh, and Taggy. Surely not. This is such a genius play from him. He walks right through the smoke. It's a freebie onto Melio. A side is open. Tensky, he's not even able. Oh, the timing is perfect for Akimbo. They get the slip across into Mini. These 2 low HP players, it doesn't matter. Tensky misses them on the cross. And N2O posted now with the op. He is going to miss, but the smoke comes in just in time. Nade to be blown open. Binox, he's ready for this door play, but Taggy, the peak is beautiful. He has done everything they needed and more in this round. But it's not over yet. He's not only going to have to get 3 and completely open up the round, but he's going to need to close it as well. And Tensky knows it. He knows that he's got to slip out there in fear of it being stuck. So incredible play from Taggy, but even better one from Tensky. You had to clutch there if you're Tensky. It was a must. I was trying to say must needed. Much needed round. From Homyno to try and bring it back. You see them now though, 3 MP9s. Losing every player except one in that previous one is gonna hurt. 2 MAC-10s for Akimbo at least. And that nade, not a great start for them. Incendiary out, nades. Lots of team damage in this round. Seems to be the theme. And that flick from N2O not gonna find Gabby. Which means Homyno start the round up 1. The smokes are gonna clear on this A site. Oh, Tensky spotting the op. He's not gonna re-peek that again. Cameron checking that close corner. No one playing there though, however, so nade a bit wasted. And Gabby, that shadow, gonna deceive Obi. Tries to get in across Mini. Gabby almost finding the spam through the smoke as well. Binox making his way up, but this is a tough angle to take with the AWP. Bomb to go down. Tensky going to allow it. And no utility for this post plant. Akimbo in dire straits. Man down, no utility. The shots need to be clean. Joel's first challenge. He's going to land the shots. Laxi down with the op. And Tensky with the trade. Just Taggy remaining stuck in Africa. All three players going to just throw themselves at him. Gabby. 3K. Incredibly important. With the MP9, no less. And Akimbo finally back on the pistols. But as we've seen in this map and many maps before, you cannot count these pistols out, especially on a map like Nuke. Plenty of close quarters engagements where these Tech 9s can really open up. And it's going to be 5 of them. Just enough utility for a single execute onto a site. And it looks like it might be a fast explode out upper. Gabby gets caught off guard. Patient shots here from Laxi, and he gets 2, even blind on that first. Joel's somehow managing to get 1 back. The nade is good. Laxi somehow dodges it, and Tensky falls to his death. Laxi with the 3rd. And N2O with the final 1. And just as I said, do not count these Tech 9s out. Because as soon as you get caught fumbling with utility 1 time, as soon as you get caught swapping from your rifle to your knife, that is when the pistols will look to capitalize every single time. And now Homyno facing down map point. Sorry, not match point. Map point. Gonna need 3 in a row to push us to OT. Akimbo looking to close. N2O and Taggy. 1 apiece. It's getting desperate here. Melio even gonna run into the flames. Not long for this world. N2O. M4 shots. Looking crispy. Obi. He's playing with his food. Binox didn't even see him. So it's going to be a 13-9 victory for Akimbo over Homyno on their map pick. Homyno selecting Nuke. Map number 2 will be Mirage, which is Akimbo's map pick. Don't go anywhere. When we return, map number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I did not even realize that I had the stream audio playing as well in the background. Hopefully you guys didn't have too much of an echo there. Map number 2, it is going to be Mirage, which is Akimbo's pick. Homyno opting to start on the CT side. And if you're following in the chat, Zai has made it into the server. And you know what? I was going to make a point in that little break that we had in between the maps. Taggy, sir, you were playing lights out on that Nuke. And I know Akimbo appreciates you standing in. But I was going to mention that Zai was pretty crucial on that victory in Mirage last night against Undefined. Cameron, though, right now, the one with all the kills in his back pocket, 4K on the round. And you know what? I realized that we weren't on the auto director there. My apologies. But yeah, top performer in the server last night on Mirage, Zai. Sure, he is glad to be back home now. And in the server for this Mirage. Akimbo starting off strong. 4K for Cameron. And Binox catching N2O, a little unsuspecting over there at A ramp. All 4 players stacked up, and now that the gig is up, Akimbo with an easy avenue over towards this B side. Tensky maybe gonna just try and hold on to this AK. Oh yeah, I remember Taggy, man, especially last season. on the playoffs run. Distinctly remember you and Laxi rocking the, didn't you guys have Killua and Gon profile pictures? That was the duo right there, man. I'm a big Hunter fan. Oh, come on, face it. That's all right. You know what? This is the round to do it. Easy win for Akimbo. We get back in there. Wait, really? Who am I thinking of then? I could have sworn it was you. I could have sworn because I remember. Are you sure? Are you sure, Taggy? I must be thinking of someone else then with a similar name. I must be thinking of someone else then. Maybe there was a name change as well. Yeah, that's always something that it's hard to keep track of. Kimbo out towards top mid early. Smokes in window. Bottom con smoke in response. 2 players currently aggressive on Cat. That Molotov gonna prevent though. Melio gonna take some damage. Nade a little bit delayed, so they're gonna be able to get around it. N2O does burn 1 with his. But an ill-timed push through the smoke. Gabby gonna collect those 2 frags happily. Okay, now I'm confused, Akimbo. Either way, Taggy, I'm sure your contributions on Nuke will not go amiss. Kimbo looking a little down and out in this round, but if their most recent performances on Mirage are any clue into what tonight is going to look like, especially after that good showing on Nuke. Spam with the USP, just going to find Zai right before that bomb able to get planted. So now Cameron in the clutch, 1v3, couple of lowish HP members here. Cameron trying to position himself for a freebie onto Melio, and he does find it. Gabby low. And he gets the offer as well. Last player, Cameron. He pulls it off. 1v3. And that's like salt in the wound for Homyno right now. They desperately needed that round. It might seem like not a big deal, seeing as how this map has only just gotten underway. But every round like that you concede is like a knife wound to the back. Because you've already lost your map pick of Nuke. You're now on Mirage. Historically, one of Akimbo's best maps. You need to have a strong start. And with Akimbo players firing on all cylinders like that, you have to think, what is the call here from Homyno? Because certainly playing standard against this strength is not going to find much success. Laxi right now, just realized again, we're watching the scenic view of the bomb being transported over. I don't even know how we got off the auto director there. As Laxi and Obi just fry this defense. Cameron doing a bit of trolling with that molly, and Joel's has recovered an AK. But he's quickly gonna run straight to his death. Zai trained on Palace. Whoa, 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 balloon pop. I mean, I will shave my beard. But that's mainly because I don't I don't really rock a beard, so I got you. If Akimbo wins, I'll shave my beard. Balloon Pop, weren't you in here at the beginning of the season? I haven't seen you since the first Akimbo game this season. Where have you been? Boost up in mid, AWP. Looking bottom con, that nade, beautiful. Joel's lucky. Oh, spotted the head. Flash high. Joel's playing ante. Has some support from Cat. He does get one before going down. Melio with the quick trade. N2O and Zai to respond. And now just Binox and Gabby top con. Oh my, blue pop. Okay. Maybe we'll save that story for another time. Zai gonna get caught unsuspecting with the molly in his hands. But Cameron pounces. How has he gotten here? I didn't even notice. Must have walked through window and jungle for the backstab. Beautifully timed. And Akimbo have 5. Instant smoke onto window. Tensky doing a bit of trolling with the no clip. Or maybe he just hit it by accident. Happens to the best of us. Actually, I'd lean on the side of hit it by accident. Clean shots. Nade being pulled out. Tensky just able to get away up the ladder. But fighting aggressive on mid, it's working, actually, in fact, for Homyno. Cameron now stuck. He's going to try and smoke and get out here. Couple players low. Tensky goes for the spam. And a rifle recovered. N2O sliding out top mid. And, you know, Homyno has had some good ideas on these CT rounds and find themselves in advantages, but it just seems that Akimbo is too good in the clutch right now. Cameron and N2O. We've already seen Cameron do it once. Melio right now with a lot of the pressure. Kevlar and rifle in hand. And Cameron looking to group up with his teammate, but actually he's going to go back. He has to recover this bomb, and I think Gabby's heard the footsteps. And now it's going to be tricky. N2O has been heard. Shot does tag Joel's, but Cameron, or N2O with not a lot of time here on the clock. The peek on window, the shot through the wall, that was disgusting. Surely he doesn't have time for this. 24 seconds, even if they concede the bomb to him, which it looks like Gabby not interested in doing. N2O tries to recover the rifle on the ground. I think it was actually an MP9 maybe, I'm not sure. Didn't scoop up an AK either way. And so the op now drops to Binox. That was just N2O doing his best simple impression. Throw in the op to try and confuse Gabby there. It didn't work. But it was a nice try. To be honest with you, that might have been the point in the round where you try and throw the op out of the map. I don't know if there's anywhere you can even do it over in mid. Maybe on top of the actually I don't know what that, I forget what the call is for that box now. Top mid box. Zai fully blind. Beautiful shots onto the con player. Balaxi gonna pay the price, and Obi getting caught a little bit by that nade. Binox even gonna peek down into lower. Zai trying to punish, does finally get it with his dying breath, but now Cameron 1v3. If he moves swiftly here, might be able to make his way out A and get a plant down. But he's gonna take his time. It seems like Homyno okay with this going down. I don't think they spotted him, so it might be a free beyond to Tensky. The shots are a little messy though, and the bomb will not get planted. And that's unfortunate, because it's most likely that we're gonna be seeing a save here for Akimbo. You can't really force with this kind of money. So Homyno fighting back now. Making 2 in a row. Starting to build that economy back up. AWP for Binox. Showing that he can have some serious impact with that weapon when he's put in position to do so. So 1 Tech 9 and some utility. Laxi. The Tech 9 on Nuke was deadly. Tensky just going for the jump spot. And that nade, it Incendiary dropped low. And it works perfectly for him. Not a single point of damage taken here just yet, although Cameron, with the Glock, manages to get one, and Melio did actually take some damage on that initial engagement, but Akimbo, not Dragon Force tonight, through the fire and flames, is not on the cards. And it's actually going to be a CT tac timeout. Homyno, actually the first team we've really seen utilize these tac timeouts to the fullest. We've seen other teams utilize maybe one, sometimes even two, but last map, they utilized all three at different points in the map. And already early start, or I should say early to have this first one come out, but I don't dislike it. I like seeing the timeouts being utilized. You have them, you might as well use them. Because you can't get complacent against Akimbo. It doesn't matter if they're on lower utility. It doesn't matter if they've got a Glock and a Dream. They're deadly on this map. And looking like a standard A executes. Right side. And CT smokes being lined up. Although I think a lot of teams now foregoing the jungle smoke, opting instead for that smoke that lands on stairs that sort of overflows down on the corner. And Cameron's still on this lurk. Binoc's going to reposition to triple with the AWP. Not sure if he'd seen one cross yet. Obi now going to stand out in the open and hold his ground. N2O finally with the trade, but too little too late. Only 2 players remain. And 2 flanking here through a main. Surely N2O can't expect this. He's actually managed to tuck himself in the corner. Maybe he is expecting it. But not quite. Cameron. Last man alive. Trying to take the fight on the Binox. Is it Binox or Binox? I'll be honest, I'm not too sure. Not sure if it's a reference to something that I don't know. I think Binox sounds better, so I'm going to keep saying Binox. Unless somebody else has the critical information to tell me otherwise. So Homyno managing to stabilize here. 4 to 5 rounds of Akimbo. And Binox constantly switching this position up with the op has managed to find pick after pick after pick. And that nade doing big damage as well. Akimbo looking to make their way out. And waterfall down to maybe try and get a plant, but it is not going to happen. Obi and Zai left alive. Just 2 Tech 9s. A full bar of HP between them. Not sure if Tenski just spotted the head of Zai there. He might have. But either way, it seems like a foregone conclusion already in this round. Akimbo could be even utilizing this time right now just to talk about what the plan is for the next round going into their bye. Zai is going to crawl his way out mid. Strong setup here in mid. Obi actually wins the fight on the Binox. Melio shot's a little shaky, but does get it done in the end. 109 shots were fired that round. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if that's good or bad or average. But I will tell you, Akimbo now taking their first time out of the map, going into their bye. And I think it's time for a switch up. The looser, puggier style was working at the beginning, but now the adjustment has been made from Homyno. And this op from Binox is proving to be a problem. Currently only sitting at 9 kills. But those, I'm pretty sure every single one of them has had major impact in these round victories, especially the last few. Back out towards window. And this time, just the top mid smoke, early cross smoke. Not going to throw the one for window right away. Molotov to prevent the lower peak. And that smoke onto top stairs. In combination, Obi throwing quite a few flashes over. And it's going to be the late walk out mid. Binox missing the shot this time. And Cameron underneath window. Shots from Laxi and N2O are connecting. It's going to be up to Joel's. He's not able to find anything. And one by one, the pieces of Homyno fall. Just Tensky left with the AWP on B site. Bomb will go down on A. And the hunt will be on. Cameron, he's not even going to walk to him. Tensky's going to walk right into his crosshair. Now, Homyno, still plenty of money to rebuy in this round. But the double AWP is definitely costly for them in that previous one. With how the economy is now in MR12, you really don't see much double op anymore. It was not super uncommon in CS2, especially if you had multiple comfortable oppers on your team. Joel's. What is he doing there? Laxi now. Primed and ready, he knows. But Melio with the quick trade. 2 players on Cat. Cameron to get in front of that incendiary. And Melio, shots are a little awkward. Tensky rotates in. Obi spins and finds his head. Cameron's stuck in a bit of a tough spot. He jumps right over the op shot. How has he managed to live so long? Binox finally to shut him down and recover the AK. N2O lurking right through that top con smoke and finds the shot. Cameron, 17 kills so far. And we're only halfway through the game. That is pretty insane. Little halftime scoreboard check. Sponsored by, I don't know. Sponsored by plug sponsor here, Akimbo. Oh, I see. It's ZY, not Zai. I've been calling him Zai this whole time. I apologize, ZY. That actually makes way more sense, too. I don't know why I did not think of that to begin with. But this pistol round, pretty important. It's looking like a pretty full B retake setup here. CY fighting even through the flash. Gonna go down pretty easily. 9mm to the head. Tensky just fighting out in the open by himself, though, against N2O, and N2O will happily take that fight. Now 4v4 on the retake. Kit and smoke on Cameron. N2O, what was that shot? That was disgusting. His USP is dialed right now. But is it going to be enough? It looks like all for naught as Joel's and Gabby combine for 3. And my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're dropping a few frames here, which is a little uncharacteristic. Hopefully, we will be back in action pretty shortly here. Should not be dropping frames. But we're gonna... All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And so far, holding stable. Nope, we're dropping frames again rapidly. Holy cow. All right, well, we're just going to stick it out for now. Unfortunately, there's not really a whole lot I can do, unfortunately. Hopefully the problem will be solved momentarily. We're back at 8-7. We did miss a couple of chaotic rounds back and forth. Homyno fighting tooth and nail to keep their heads above water, and they're doing a pretty good job. Just one round separating them, but Laxi winning that duel against Binox. Cameron doing his best to stall over here on that B side. Gonna eat that HE straight to the face. Obi going for a peek onto ramp. And it's definitely not going to favor him. So 4v4 after all that. Still 3 rifles in play. N2O going to try out next. And the timing is perfect for him. It could not have been better. Two kills for him. Oh, and Laxi, uncharacteristic miss from him. Now N2O stuck between these two players. He needs to take his fights when he can. Swings the first, gets the kill into Joel's, and ducks under the bullets of the 4. Tensky going down. N2O, he might be the primary op for this team, but he is showing that the M4 is not a weapon he is unfamiliar with. Looks like we have finally stabilized. Again, I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, do not have any control over my internet provider doing things to my internet. I won't say what things, I'll just say things. But usually it is not an issue, so we should be good now to see the conclusion of the second map. Right now, Akimbo poised to take it. 2-0 over Homyno. 2 rounds up now. And with the economy advantage, it's going to be a force. Homyno feeling like they need to make something happen here and now. Tech-9s, Deagle, and 2 Galils. Very limited utility, even sending a nade down underpass. Seems a bit of a luxury at this point, with only 3 nades left, 2 smokes and a flash, and Cameron, he has got this map down. Hook, line, and sinker. Already pushed through apartments. They know the main force here from Homyno at mid. Just need to watch for a mid lurk. Cameron, Melio expecting it though. And what is that read from him? ZY now under pressure. Binox gonna get him. And B side is open for the taking. Homyno might have just found the opening they needed, but Laxi, he has been so good at getting these frags back to equalize for his team. And N2O and him teaming up now. N2O gonna go through the murder hole, and that's never a good time when there's an enemy waiting. Laxi, I'm not sure how he found that shot. That was pretty ridiculous. But now with this smoke shut down, rotation through Khan. Gabby and Tensky posted. Gabby is low. I mean, sorry, not Gabby. Tensky is low. So a possibility here from Laxi. And if he were to pull off this clutch, then surely the map is Akimbo's, but it looks like he is not going to go for it in the end. 9 HP. Just not realistic enough. Odds too low. So he's going to save this rifle and back away. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I did not say I would buy you all Chipotle gift cards. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I did not say I would buy you all. And I didn't mute the stream. All right. We're back now. We're good. Akimbo, not deterred at all from the previous round. Still fighting mid, as always. But 3 Desert Eagles, MP9, and M4 is not much to work with. And it's a bit of an all-in buy here around the M4 for Akimbo. They're not going to have money to buy the next. CY playing a little bait and switch spot, the end of apartments, and it might just work. They are making their way over to him. But the question is will the Molotov flush out his position? Will it go to Van or will it go to the end of apartments? That is the question. It is going to get both. Going to force him out. Free kill for Tensky. Smoke deployed to try and give Obi some space, or Cameron some space in the back of the site, and Laxi and Obi sounding off. 2 kills now for the Desert Eagle with Obi. He peeks into it, but Cameron with the quick trade. And Gabby now finding himself in a 1v3. Not going to work. So Akimbo on the brink of economic ruin somehow managed to find a win. Just 3 rounds now from securing the map and the match. The question is, can either of these teams win 2 rounds in a row? Find out next time. No, I'm just kidding. Find out this round. As Akimbo once again make their way out mid. Delayed window smoke. Gonna get blocked by N2O. My apologies, not Akimbo making their way out mid. Akimbo is on CT. Homyno making their way out mid, but N2O and Laxi not shying away from the fight. Binox in the air with the Galil. And Cameron trying to take the fast track. And I guess we have our answer in under a minute. Joel's with some friendly banter in the chat like we were talking about. Just seems like either of these teams able to chain 2 in a row right now. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on which team is the one able to chain 2 rounds in a row first. Akimbo with the round lead, so you would imagine that that would favor them. But not necessarily if Homyno is the first team to pick up this gun round. Nades lined up. And that smoke possibly going to cause some issues. Flash in, ZY very blind. Obi still walking forward with the Desert Eagle. And ZY with the MP9 gets one, but nothing else. Cameron, Melio looking to charge through the spawn smoke. But hold on, N2O found himself on the flank. Gets a freebie. The spam is beautiful into Melio, and wait a second. Surely not another spam into Palace, and he hits the headshot as well. N2O. That was a disgusting round. I need to find another word other than disgusting. Unbelievable round. How has he managed that again? This man has 24 frags, and we're not even done with the map yet. Almost 2,500 damage. And Akimbo, this might be it. If this is the gun round that they can make happen, okay. Maybe I should just stop talking. I feel like at this point it's cast or curse. Little boost up onto Cat. Again, the timing might just be perfect here for Akimbo. Gabby tucking himself into ladder, and it actually doesn't end up working out. ZY. And the spam goes wide from Obi. Cameron at least able to get one back, but now 2v4. Cameron on half HP. And Joel's with that lurk through A. Finding the back of N2O, just Cameron. And he's in a bit of a tough spot. That final shot from Binox going right through his teammate to pick up the round victory. And both teams just egging each other on at this point, daring the next to win the force, which I believe has been going on now for like the past 5 or 6 rounds. And this is with both these teams out early towards mid, expecting to have the advantage with the rifles. But N2O showing his M4 is the only one that is needed for Akimbo to pick this up. Shots are a little sloppy from Joel's, but he manages to get it done. Laxi and Obi will fall. And now A-Site ripe for the taking. Tensky gonna get the bomb plant down. Or will he? Smoke? Yeah, smoke will provide enough cover. Actually, there was a resmoke into Top Con that I was not privy to. So allowing for the reposition, N2O. Waiting for his teammates to activate, but that drop gonna reveal his spot. Looking to switch up. But he's already backing away with his M4. It's looking like maybe they want to save that rifle into the next round. You've got to be kidding me, Face It. Please, man.
Terrorists win.
Guys, I do not know what to tell you about Face It right now. This is unreal. Unreal what is going on right now. All right, we're back. 11-11, Akimbo on the 2 rifles. No Chipotle gift card time. It's frozen again. Oh my gosh, man. Alright. We're in. ZY, USP. Last man alive for his team. Guys, is it the auto director? Like, what is going on right now with Face It? It's not my internet. My internet is completely fine. Alright, I'm just no auto director. We'll raw dog it. Maybe it's the auto director that's unhappy. Nope, it's not the auto director. I didn't even have time to set it this time. The good news is it's a eco round for Akimbo, which means we are not missing much. Might need to go for a little restart here shortly. Just of the game, not of the stream. All right, hold on. Maybe we can hold. Bomb dropped outside of apartments. Or actually, it's closer to T-spawn at the moment. But a buy for Akimbo, and they need this win in order to push us to OT. Otherwise, we will be going to map 3, and I think Akimbo want to try and close it in 2. Not to say that Inferno is unfamiliar territory for them, but again, I've not seen them play it too many times this season. Some utility out at the end of apartments, but bomb making its way over towards A. Flash in hand, Obi. Looking for a timing, and actually ZY and Laxi able to support him here, so he does finally go down, but not before every single player from Homyno drop around him. One by one they fall, and OT, here we come, 12 to 12. Yeah, blink and you miss it kind of rounds. Akimbo coming up clutch when it matters. And this is where the real test starts, because there are no eco rounds now that we're in OT. Every single round is a buy rounds. AWP's out for both these teams. Binox looking to find that cross. Does get a nice tag onto Laxi. Nade just clipping the top of a main entrance there. N2O creeping up mid, finds the lurker. And so now the trigger is being pulled. Tensky just barely able to tuck back into Palace before the sniper rifle drops him. Oh, N2O getting a little too aggressive. Binox has his number. And how quickly after that Molotov fades does the map become eerily quiet? Does Homyno reconsider their position? Taking their time to check the flank. And allows Akimbo to settle in their spots. Cameron not moving an inch over here on bench. It's going to be on Laxi. Low HP on him. CY here in position as well. The flash not going to catch anyone. Smoke drop to try and allow him to stay alive. Laxi going to get shot through the box, and now Cameron. But hold on. Binox. Ooh, swaps out to the AK and lands a screamer of a shot onto Cameron. Tell you what, man, Binox is really coming to his own in the second half. Again, every time I pull up the scoreboard talking about Binox, he's bottom of the scoreboard in terms of damage, but keep in mind he is the opper. You expect that from the opper. Although not from N2O, 28 kills on the board. This man is not showing any signs of slowing down either. Tensky, that was a quick dodge on the flash, and even though N2O lands the jump, it's too little too late. ZY trying to recover. But it's not looking great for Akimbo here. Tensky expecting the boost up. And it seems like Homyno have their number. Reading every play Akimbo tries to make perfectly. This must have been either one hell of a VOD review or the IGL is calling one of the best games I've ever seen. Because it's been a while since I've seen Akimbo stumps like this on Mirage. Gabby ready to execute Laxi there, and just ZY by himself, 7 HP. Not even going to get one. Melio, no problem shooting right through his teammate to find that final kill. And push Homyno to 14. So Akimbo Really need to pick up one here on their CT side. Gonna have a rebuy. Cameron on the MP9 to allow N2O to pick up that AWP. And he has been the B player, so I expect him to just play a close position on apartments. Should be just fine. Binox tries to get ahead of the molly. Laxi not afraid to take that fight. N2O moving over to reinforce. His teammate, Obi, going unchecked for that long, somehow manages to round up one kill. ZY going down through the post. Bomb hasn't gone down yet. Cameron looking to find an opportunistic timing. And maybe it's N2O who can find the timing. Smoke, not sure if that hurts or helps. Binox starting to second guess the angle to hold. And Melio revealing his position. Somehow Cameron winning that fight. Now Binox 1v1 with N2O. Both oppers. That smoke going down. And Binox swinging through with the Tech 9 to clean up the final kill. Again, a 3K for him. I'm telling you, these impact frags have been crucial out from him. Multiple clutch rounds. He's really coming to his own on this Homyno squad, and he's giving Akimbo some problems. Because 3 now in a row for Homyno, as they're looking to close out this map number 2 and send us to a third, which will be Inferno. Akimbo don't want to let that happen. But there needs to be something, a change up. A delayed peek on mid, nets N2O his first frag. And it seems like it's been a little bit since Akimbo have had a successful round, not off the back of N2O having a crazy round. Need to see some of these individuals step up here. Cameron, the timing is so unfortunate. How have they've nearly walked right past each other. AWP trained on their position, Melio. Obi's calling it out. Good shot, though. Akimbo rallying back. Even under that unfortunate timing from Cameron. Gabby gonna take matters into his own hands. But Obi, not a care in the world here. And he's landing his shots. Just when Akimbo needed him the most, he steps up. N2O with 2 in that round. He's like, nice to have some help. Take another quick look at the scoreboard. Almost everyone getting close to 20 plus here as we near 30 rounds of play. Akimbo needing to win 2 to extend us here to second OT. Just 1 round needed from Homyno to push us to Inferno. And Binox with the opener. Nade actually doesn't find much damage on the Cameron. N2O attempts to make the jump into window, misses. And Binox just able to slip away from that nade. Joel's spots the gun barrel of Laxi. But Obi over the top of the smoke. He gets 1, gets 2. Again from this position. He finds impact. 3v3. And Cameron hearing that fire tickle the toes of Melio means man advantage for Akimbo. Somehow they found themselves in a strong position. N2O needs to be careful. Yeah, that... I don't even know what to say about that one. That looked like CS2 in a nutshell. So it's going to be the retake attempt here for Homyno off that pick. 2v2. Binox low with the op, but Incendiary in his back pocket could be crucial. It's going to go into ticket. Cameron swings out, though, and that surely is the round secured. Binox, no HP. Obi going to peek first. And another 3K out from him. Again, these are must-win rounds from Akimbo. Need this one as well to push us to a second OT. They faded one, they faded two. Can they fade the third? Tensky on the MP9 again, so that Binox can pick up the op. Similar to what we saw for Akimbo on their CT side. But utility more limited, and even just this one MP9 can make a difference. N2O, that was... How do you even react to that? All the pressure is on Homyno. They're the ones that need this map win to extend play. Akimbo with nothing to lose. And they're going to fight mid like they have nothing to lose. N2O, quick trades. And Gabby not afraid to take that fight, but 1v3 N2O, another 3K on the round. And ZY to close us out. OT number 2 coming up next. Again, a quick look at that scoreboard. It's getting crazy in here. And this time Akimbo starting off on their T side. Maybe can take some of that momentum from the previous 3 rounds and run with it. Seems like both teams right now struggling to pick up rounds on their CT side. At least in the OT, Obi almost a 3-man spray down. ZY to assist on the third. So good opening exchange from Akimbo means 2 men up and plenty of time on the clock to work with. And it's just going to be quiet out apartments. Joel's may have a timing here, but probably not. Akimbo going to start to run. Joel's knows he has to be careful with his footsteps. Binox going to get caught by ZY. And N2O not quite ready for Joel's, although he was expecting it. Joel's trying to get a nade out. ZY starting to heat up here. He's had a bit of a rough go on it. Like you said, still, this is his warm-up map. Everyone else on Akimbo had that map number 1 to get warmed up. And he's starting to come alive in the OT. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if that's the spectator or what. It's looking a little... Looking a little sus right now. Not sure if that's the server or what. There we go. Maybe. Back to normal. Yeah, he's still shaking off that jet lag. ZY. Good jump spot onto Gabby. And finds a nice timing as well. Obi expecting the position from Joel's. N2O. On to Melio. And Tensky getting a little wild with that op. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything from that position. Just Binox remaining. Gonna squeeze through murder hole, but that's it. He's not going to be able to find anything else. Okay, it looks like it has fixed now. I'm wondering... OT2. So it's first to 19 rounds. If it goes 18-18, it's unlimited OT. So if it goes 18-18, we go to OT number 3. If one team hits 19, then that will be map over. Yep, win 4, win game. That's how all the OTs will work going forward. And I really couldn't tell you if we're getting any closer to a conclusion of this map. Have casted an Akimbo game before that went to almost quadruple overtime. But right now, like we mentioned, these teams having a hard time picking up CT rounds on the overtime, or in the overtime, I should say. N2O gonna eat that nade. Full damage onto him. Re-smoke. Molotov gonna push Tensky off. And N2O had his number, but Vinox here to reinforce. And this time, Gabby ready for that fight. Laxi, though, with the quick trade. Cameron, he might just be in a... Yeah, that spot is perfect. Gonna get tapped by Jules. Laxi this time. Swift on the swing and a spawn. No fear at all. This guy seems always ready to land a tap. Laxi and ZY. 2v2. ZY stuck a firebox, but I don't think they're aware of his position. Smoke down on the bomb. And Joel's hops off of it. No one's taking the bomb right now. ZY knows he just needs to buy his time. Tensky gonna hop on it. I think he has the time with the diffuser. He does indeed. So will that one CT round be the difference maker? Because in the first OT, not a single CT round was won. And now Homyno with their first in OT number 2. Blimpop, I think they might accuse that pay to win, possibly. I'm not sure though. Delayed pushed out mid. ZY on Cat. Clean shots on the first. Nade to follow up. And ZY. He's not missing right now. Tensky able to equalize, and Laxi. Overcorrection there on the flick. ZY still fighting. And N2O with the close range op shot. So a CT round gained here by Akimbo, and all they need is one more. They are one round away from securing this map number 2, securing the series, and sending them to the grand finals. Is the writing on the wall for Akimbo? N2O. Smoke actually was able to see a little bit above it. That nade gonna give him a little vision, but he misses. And Tensky. ZY, he could have the play here. Finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. The spray transfer is perfect, and N2O with a quick adjustment onto the jump out palace. Now just Binox. 1v2. And Cameron to swing out Cat and find the final kill. Akimbo will secure it, and they'll close it out. 19-16 over Homyno. And win the series 2-0. What an insane turn of events for Akimbo there. Man, my heart is beating about 1,000 miles per second That was an insane finish. Even though we only went 2 maps, didn't go the distance, you couldn't ask for much more on that Mirage. And, you know, I wasn't expecting that. Like I said, Akimbo, having looked incredibly dominant on Mirage in those previous 2 series. So for Homyno to take them the distance there, definitely give credit to those guys where credit is due. They really tested Akimbo. They pushed them to their limits. But Akimbo, it just didn't phase them. It didn't phase them. It didn't matter that they were in second OT. It didn't matter that the CT rounds weren't going their way. They focused up. They locked in when it counted. And yeah, they're going to the grand finals. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain that was the semifinal match, which means they're in the grand finals. We'll find out who they play after the conclusion of that other match. Let me see if I can't take a look and see if it has finished for you guys real quick. Because I know... Oh, winners final. Okay. So they're moving forward to the winners final. And it's looking like it'll be... Hold on now. It's going to be against In Control. So In Control 2-0ing final form tonight. So Akimbo versus In Control in the winners final. That will be on Wednesday, I believe. Default time. And if Akimbo's able to take the win over In Control, grand finals, here we come. I believe they were close last season. I was there. I was there at the final stop for Akimbo on their road to playoffs, or road to the grand finals, I should say, not road to playoffs. But I've got a different vibe about this playoffs, man. I'm feeling good. It's feeling like Akimbo. So we'll have to see. That's all the Counter-Strike I have for you guys tonight. But again, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging in there with the technical difficulties. Again, I do apologize for that. Unfortunately, face it, technical issues completely out of my control. You know, I miss ESEA every day, but it is what it is. And then the brief lapse in my internet as well. I appreciate you guys sticking it out through thick and thin, showing some love for Akimbo. Make sure if you guys haven't already, drop the follow on Akimbo's channel, turn on notifications, because I tell you what, we've got some banger matches ahead of us. Regardless of how far Akimbo go, I can promise you they're going to deliver on every front with the best Counter-Strike that the NA has to offer. I'll tell you that much. So make sure that you guys tune in for that next one. And yeah, if you want, you can also follow me as well. jiber36 on Twitter, also all my socials on my Twitch, which is just purely exactly how you see it on the screen. And again, I do appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.